Hello everyone, I'm meteorologist Charlie Ironmonger. Thank you so much for joining me today for your 10 a.m. news and weather updates from the First Alert Desk. Now I want to start out with a story out of New Bern where the city has successfully challenged the U.S. Census. Now the city petitioned census estimates from 2021 through 2023 through the U.S. Census Bureau's Population Estimates Challenge program after officials believe the data released was incorrect. City officials say the data, which is released by the census each May and reflects population estimates as of July 1st of the previous year, had shown slow growth trends in 2021 and 2023, as well as a negative population estimate for 2022. Now, officials say city staff researched new housing construction and other developments over the three-year period that would have proved otherwise. Staff collected several documents and spreadsheets and approved building permits, new housing, demolition permits, annexations, and utility connections that would be used to petition the numbers. The U.S. Census Bureau allowed the city to file its petition to challenge all 3 years at one time, and it was accepted after the city said U.S. Census State demographer Dr. Michael Klein admitted there were errors in their building permit survey relative to the actual building activity. Now, Mayor Jeffrey Odom said concerns about the numbers began in 2020, noting, quote, New Bern was still recovering from Hurricane Florence. Many of our residents had addresses here, but they didn't live here while their homes were being repaired, so they weren't counted in the census. Then COVID hit, and census takers stopped in-person visits, end quote. Now, census data is used to allocate billions of dollars of federal funding to states and communities. Now, speaking of billions of dollars, Bill Gates and the Gates Foundation has announced that they were going to be giving away over $200 billion over the next 20 years. The billionaire Microsoft founder announced the plan in a post on his website on Thursday, earlier today. Now, in the post, he says the Gates Foundation will give away more than $200 billion by the end of 2045, at which point the foundation will close its doors permanently. Since it was founded in 2000, the Gates Foundation has played a significant role in shaping global health policy, partnering with companies to drive down the cost of medical treatments for low and middle income countries. The announcement signals both a promise of sustained support to those causes and an eventual end to the foundation's immense worldwide influence. The pledge is among the largest philanthropic gifts ever, outpacing the historic contributions of industrialists like John D. Rockefeller and Andrew Carnegie when adjusted for inflation. And now we turn our attention to your weather forecast, where we've got mostly sunny skies right now. Cloud cover, though, is going to continue to work its way over eastern North Carolina. A little bit of rain will be possible coming up later on this afternoon and evening, but I think really overnight tonight into tomorrow morning, we're going to have a round of thunderstorms. They certainly could they shake things up a little bit. Going to be a little bit different than the norm. Now, here's again a look at what we've got currently across the east. Everything looking pretty calm and mild out there. Not much in terms of rainfall during the daylight hours, but let's zoom the picture out a little bit further and you can see we've got some stronger storm activity right now across South Carolina. That's going to get dragged over the east later on this evening into the overnight hours into tomorrow morning as a cold front pushes its way through eastern North Carolina. As that happens, we'll see more cloud cover, a stronger breeze out of the south-southwest, and gradually increasing humidity. Right now, we're seeing that rise in humidity as we speak. Currently 72 degrees in Greenville, dew points up to 57 degrees with a west-southwesterly wind at about 6 miles an hour. Current air temperatures reading in the low to mid 70s, anywhere between around 70 degrees in Roanoke Rapids and Rocky Mount, all the way up to 76 degrees in Stumpy Point, 75 through Beaufort as well as Edenton. We're seeing 74 in Manteo, Swan Quarter, as well as Hatteras. Now, winds today will get a little bit stronger in the afternoon and evening as, again, we see a better opportunity for rain during that time period. But over the next few hours, wind speeds likely ranging between around 4 to 8 miles an hour. Not going to be the windiest of days. But let's take a look again at some the incoming rain showers. Here's what we've got by the time we get to around midnight tonight. Thunderstorms moving in. And again, these will likely impact everyone. Maybe not all at midnight, but everyone will be getting wet at some point from midnight tonight through Friday morning. Do want to say again, good morning to Esmeralda. Thank you so much for tuning in from Chinquapin. Hopefully you're having a wonderful day in Duplin County. Coming up for tomorrow morning in Duplin County, maybe a little bit more rain present. But it's not going to linger all day long. By the time we get to around lunchtime on Friday, we'll be back to dry weather, only to see us transition back into those afternoon, evening showers and storms coming up again Friday afternoon, evening that will carry over potentially into the very early hours of your Saturday. Now, at this point, again, we are looking at a cold front that will kind of dance around the coast on both Saturday as well as Sunday. I think Sunday it'll be a little bit closer to eastern North Carolina, which will keep that rain chance a little bit more elevated on Mother's Day, particularly along the coast. But here's what we've got coming up for tomorrow morning. Note the position of that low up to our north and the cold front draped over pretty much the coast early in the morning on Friday. And then that whole low pressure system slowly works its way up towards the north, and that kind of keeps that cold front near the coast as we head into Saturday morning, maintaining that chance of rain. Also, we will see that other area of low pressure around the Gulf. That's going to push more moisture into eastern North Carolina from Saturday into Sunday, again increasing those Sunday coastal rain chances from about a 20% chance on Saturday up to about a 30, possibly even a 40% chance by the time we get to Sunday. Now, the heavier showers will hold off until we get into next week, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, featuring anywhere between a 40 to 70% chance of rain, with gradually increasing air temperatures the following Thursday, though, right now, certainly looking toasty with highs in the upper 80s. Well, that's all we have time for today's 10 a.m. news and weather update from the First Alert Desk. I want to thank you all so much for joining me today. We'll be back with more news and weather coming up at the top of the hour. Until then, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful Thursday.
This hour of the WITN First Alert Desk is sponsored by ENC.